So I'm just going to go ahead and put this straight on my brush. Hold it over my water. And then I'm going to just run it down. You know what? I think I'm going to make another line because I do not want to mess that mountain up. I don't know why I'm doing this because seriously, most of the time I will just end up changing the whole thing again anyway. But I just wanted to make sure I had some sort of a fairly decent line there. See what we got. It's pretty thin. Perfect. All right, so that's very thin line. But it's a great start. And it's so much easier now to see that, yeah, that's a lake or ocean or something. So now the fun part, I'm going to go ahead and just start making an ocean down here at the bottom. I want to leave what I've ghosted. I don't want to lose it, but I want to take some of it out. I don't want it that stark. So I think I'll just go with some black unicorn spit. It's powerful, which is brilliant. I mean, you can thin it down. It's hard to deepen colors. It's easier to thin, so I appreciate that. And I'm going to take that big brush again. And I'm going to take a little bit of yellow, shake it up. All right, so I'm going to mix a little bit of my yellow in with the black because I want that real mossy look that comes with that. I don't know if you can see it. But anyway, the yellow spit and the black is the best moss color I have found. And I don't want a real crispy blue ocean. I want more moss. So I'm going to start back here. Ooh, that is very moss. And just go along that mountain. No, I lean into my stuff. It's like leaning. Just go along gently. Try not too much to get into that white, because I don't want to do that. I had to actually, as an artist, force myself to stop doing blue water. Because I would look at it and say, why does it look so cartoony? And then one day somebody, I can't remember who it was, said, have you ever looked at water? I was like, yeah, who hasn't? I was like, no, really looked at it? Well, that's all it took. Now I can paint any color water I want. Gave myself permission. All right, so that looks very toad green, but don't panic, it'll be okay. Just trying to give it an even, solid transition there. How weird is that, huh? You gotta love this spit. I'm telling you, it'll do things that you cannot find any other medium to do that I have found. And I started with oil painting. My mama taught me. I'm self-taught with her help. And she's passed since. But we've had years of painting together and art partners and partners in crime. And had a little business in Arkansas. And it was fabulous. It really was. It was a great experience and all. But so she taught me lots. But all this stuff, you can just learn on your own how you want to do it. Take what somebody teaches you and then just start expanding to whatever you want to do inside your head. Just let it go. So I added some more water and a little bit more white to my greenish. This is a great sand color with a little bit more black. So let me go ahead and do that a little bit, kind of define some land a little bit more. I don't want to go too far because I like that look. sometimes I don't mind if people have to guess what it is, and everybody guesses different, and I think that's kind of cool. But at other times, I kind of want to make it less work for them. Give them something to rest in. And then, you know, I can do another little surprise someplace else. That'd be all right. This is weird with no music. Add some whites. I'm not sure if this is sand. I'm thinking it is. Kind of making it sand. But if it's wet sand, I really like the black that you can get. You can get some really cool reflections if you have black sand. So that's an interesting thought. I don't know. This is crazy. I'm supposed to be doing this tomorrow, and I will be, but I just couldn't wait to get started on this. I'm going to put some white over here. I just talked about black sand, and now I'm putting light sand. I'm going to save my black sand for close to the water line, which is right here. I guess. Looks like a water line. Some waves crashing in. I'm telling you too, if you like gesso, like Mom used to use gesso all the time, everything. And I could never figure it out until she explained to me, basically, it allows your paint to have teeth, to hang on to stuff while it's on your substrate. So that was kind of cool. And then I watched something recently where they were saying how gesso is kind of like the finest sand. And that's why when you put your gesso on, it's like that Bob Ross Magic White or whatever it was, where your paint just slick, man. It just glides through there. It's like glass, right? Well, you can get some really cool color combinations with the gesso and unicorn spit, because you can just kind of slice it into the gesso and leave some on top and some goes underneath. It's a very cool look. So if you haven't tried that, give it a go. Sorry about my nose, people. Okay, so I just put it right over, just giving it a little bit more depth, a little bit more darkness. I don't know, guessing, just guessing. So let me see what happens when, that's how I paint, by the way. Come out and play. If I just add some white, let's see what happens. Let's see, how about if we just make it really like a lot right here. So like a wave crashing or falling. Now this white is going to absorb whatever colors of unicorn spit I have below it. So if, as I'm building this wave, I kind of like that idea. I like the muddy colors at the bottom where it stirs up the seaweed and the sand. And then I like the more clear but with some foamy stuff, and that's where this unicorn spit's going to come in. And then at the top it's going to be crispy whitish with blues and pinks or whatever colors I decided to put in. But that top layer is not going to happen right now. It's going to be after I've sealed it with a polyurethane spray. Then I'll go back with some more unicorn spit white and put it on. That way it won't absorb any other colors. It'll be a nice crisp white if that's what I want, wherever I want that. And a lot of the highlights on the beach, probably the same thing. I'll get a nice wet look in the sand and then use my polyurethane spray. Let me show you what I'm talking about. If you're going to use your unicorn spit, you do need an oil-based spray. So that's what I use, except mine is more, I like more the 15-minute fast drying. But this works just fine too. That's what the Nightlight is sprayed in. And I sprayed that thoroughly before putting the resin in, so it helps with no bubbles. So if you're going to do that, spray it, then keep painting as much as your little heart desires, and then spray it again. And if you want to keep fixing it and keep painting, do it again. And you can just keep doing that back and forth as long as you want. I don't like to use a brush when I'm sealing my unicorn spit for the first time because it can move on you. So just I spritz it, just a real quick, that's it, not much. Then let it dry, and then if you have a sealer that you want to brush on, it should be fine. It should be fine. So I'm just going to push this back into that muddy color because there's my muddy water underneath. Oh, this is cool. You guys, already I'm happy that I addressed this because it would have been fine, but I just think it's just too cool to leave alone. I want to mess with it. Okay, I'm going to go ahead and add a little bit of sparkle blue just to see what happens. Love the sparkle gel stains. And this is not an advertisement for Unicorn Spit. You guys, you know me. You know I played with spit for a long time and talked it up. So now I almost feel guilty talking about it, but I still love this stuff. I just have to, so I'm putting it straight on the board. And let's see, I got some black on my brush. So let me just push with the black right up into that blue. Just kind of drag it back and forth. Let me see. I just want to make some thicker gullies in this wave here. And honestly, I don't care if the wave makes sense, if that's what it would do or not. I don't care. How's that? I have to do that for myself. Otherwise, I could talk myself out of so many cool experiences, art experiences, because I'm like, well, that's not really real. It wouldn't look like that. Stop. Just stop. If that's you, stop. It doesn't have to be. It just has to be cool, fun experience. And most of the time when you are having a cool, fun art experience, it turns out. So stop. It's great. Look, I'm just pushing this up with a damp brush, just trying to make those little swishy, swirly, deeper gullies that happen. That's kind of cool. Now I can just go back over it with that white and let that white pick up the blue and yellow and everything else that's in there. Let me see. I kind of really want it to so I can show you what I'm talking about. So let me put it over some thicker color. That might help. Oh gosh, that's so cool. See, when a product paints for you, it's gold. That's all I'm saying. The only thing you have to do is touch it. And then it's like, oh look, it just made a wave. I'm not kidding you, people. I'm not kidding. How cool is that? And if I never wanted to do anything else, I still think it's very cool. I dig it. You know? I like that extra little glob of white that happened. So yeah. You guys, thanks so much for hanging out. Man, you stayed. I appreciate you. I'm really trying to build a community, not just a bunch of followers, so I appreciate you. And I hope that you guys come back and join and have fun. Let your inner child out. So thanks for hanging out with me. Love and light. And hopefully see you tomorrow, 11:45 Eastern Time.